Hi everybody, can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me or not. If you can hear me, please just type in and let me know so that I can know if I'm talking to you or not. This is another session on Q&A. I'm here to answer your question. If you have any question, you can type in your question in the commentary box. Okay? Can you hear me okay? I'd like to know some feedback. Loud and clear, CK Chung. CK Chung, Namaskar Ajahn. Kim Chua, Morris Toy, Anubodhana Satu. Sutrishno Lim, Soti Hotu, Swandai Vijaya, Vandami Bante, Christine Jolie. Yes, we can hear you very well. The sound is good. Okay, good. Yes, I can hear you, Rajan from Morris Twite. May. Nigan Sam, Prajan Ka. Can hear very clearly Ka. Good. Kema Jenny, my humble Anjali before Longport. Okay. I'm here ready to answer your question. If you have anything, just type in your question. Take your time. We're in no hurry. Marianne, Satu, Satu, Satu. It's raining here in Thailand at Wat Yan right now. Not strong rain, very light rain, just nice and cool. About 28 Celsius. There's about 42 people watching this live stream right now. Wood Bexley, Flower, Rose. Sini Jira, Namaskar Prajan. Sound clear and good ka. Any Kai Ogasa Vandami Ajahn. Okay. Everybody sending greeting. Very thank you for your greeting. Okay, now I think I have a question here from Caroline Whitaker. Now sick in hospital, a bit hard, sitting meditation. Do mindfulness of body and mind. Mind be instead okay. You can meditate while you're lying down. If you cannot sit, you can still meditate on your bed lying down. Just watch your breath. Mindfulness of just watch your breath or recite a mantra. You don't have to sit if you're sick, but you might fall asleep though. But it's still okay. At least when you sleep, then you can forget about your sickness. So try to meditate in any posture you can. Lying down, sitting, walking, or standing up. You can do it in any of these postures. Why they are keen? Evening Ajahn. Yesterday I was doing sitting meditation with only chanting Bhutto. Later I slowly entered a very calm state where only Bhutto was present. I did just what Ajahn Mahabodhi said, ignore everything, just chant Bhutto at all times. That's right. Just keep chanting on Bhutto and ignore everything. And the mind will become completely calm, you will fall into a low place. It's like falling from a high place. But you must not anticipate. Just keep chant. Just recite Putto, Putto, Putto. Kim H. Chua. Very glad to see and hear from Ajahn. Wishing Ajahn and all monks a blessed Vassa. Kim Vandami Pante. Morris Twai. I have a question, Prajan. In my meditation, I am stuck when I notice that my five senses not appears. Only my observing. Please, do you have advice, Prajan? When your five senses not appears, that's good because that's what's going to happen when you meditate. You want to get away from the five senses. So just keep concentrating on your meditation object. If you're watching your breath, just keep watching your breath. If you're reciting Bhutto, just reciting Bhutto, and ignore everything. What you want, your goal is to empty your mind. You want to be empty, calm, peaceful, and happy. So just keep on concentrating on your meditation object and ignore everything. Okay? Minmyo Siripon. Okay. Caroline Whittaker. Yes. How long try? Winston Go. Ajahn, can we chant Amit Tufo to calm our mind first before sitting meditation? Yes, you can chant anything that you find preferable to you. You can chant short or long phrases also. So it's up to you. You can just choose anything. The goal is to stop your mind from thinking. When your mind stops thinking or saying less, then the mind will become calmer and calmer. Joyce Chua. Yes, can hear clearly. Chompu MTR. Okay. Joyce Chua. Okay. The sound is loud and clear from Chompu MTR. Caroline Whittaker. Love the teachings. Now sick helps so much. To listen detached from body. Thank you so much. Yes, just leave your body alone. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. You have the medicine, you have the doctor. Look after your body now. So you have to look after your mind by calming your mind. Don't worry about the body. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept it for what it is. Morris Twai, thank you so much, Prajan. Sadhu. Winston Go, thanks Ajahn. Lee Suan, Sadhu, Sadhu, thanks Ajahn. Ya Chanicha. Okay. Morris Twai, your teachings are very fruitful for my practicing meditation. Very good to hear. Very, very happy to be of help. But you have to practice more. To bear more fruit, you have to practice more. The more you practice, the more fruit you get. The first stage of your practice should be meditation to calm your mind. Don't worry about vipassana yet. You need a strong and calm mind before you can go on to the next level of vipassana. YD Keen. If I pronounced your name not correctly, I'm sorry. Ajahn, how do we explain the sleeping phenomenon? Is sleeping also a kind of samadhi? No. Sleeping is you have no mindfulness. It's a way for the body to rest and also maybe for the mind. But the mind doesn't rest with the body usually because the mind will go to dreaming instead. Dreaming is the product of the mind's thinking. And good dreams or bad dreams depends on your good or bad karma. So sleeping is not samadhi, not samma samadhi. You have to be awake and to be calm, and this is samadhi. When you sleep, you have no mindfulness. You don't know what's going on. When you're in samadhi, you have mindfulness. You know what's going on. You know the mind has changed from thinking to stop thinking, changing from restless to become calm. So this is samma samadhi. You have to know, you have to be aware all the time, awake all the time. Sally cheer, Ajahn, I will feel angry very soon. How to control our mind to be more sensitive, be humble and more friendly to others? Well, mindfulness is one way. If you can use mindfulness to calm your mind, then your mind will be happy. When your mind is happy, then you will be nice to others. You can be nice to other people and be humble. The reason why you cannot be humble or friendly because your mind is greedy. Your mind is lusting for things, craving for things. So you find it hard to be nice to other people when you are in that state of mind. So you have to try to stop your cravings, your desiring, by reciting the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Then your mind will become calm and peaceful. Then you can be nice to other people. Sean C. Dear Pante, may I know if it is sinful for lay people to consume meat? You can consume meat as long as you don't kill the animal for the meat. See, consuming and killing is two different things. In Buddhism, we teach Buddhists not to kill, but they can eat meat if the meat that they eat is already dead, or not being dead by your action. Like when you go to the market and you buy meat to cook, or when you go to a restaurant and they have meat served on the menu, this has nothing to do with killing, at least not on your part. So you can eat meat that is already been killed, but you cannot tell someone to go kill some meat for you. Like, can you give me a chicken meat tomorrow, for instance? Then this is telling people to go kill for you. Killing yourself or let other people kill for you is wrong. It breaks the precept. It's considered to be bad karma. Okay, Morris Twight, another question, Prajan. I love walking, and when I walk for 15 kilometers, I try every step Bhutto, etc. But sometimes my feet or legs hurt. I observe the feeling and observe my reaction to the pain feeling. But it happens sometimes. I got into the pain, still observe, but the feeling of pain is big. If you are being consumed by the painful feeling, you should try not to give it any attention. Try to concentrate on your mantra instead and forget about the painful feeling. Then your mind will not be reacting to it. See, the reason why you feel excruciating is not in the pain itself, not from the pain, but from your mind reacting to the painful feeling. So you want to keep the mind from reacting to the painful feeling by concentrating on your mantra. If you keep concentrating on Bhutto, Bhutto, you can forget about the pain. You will forget about the pain and you will then not react to the pain. Okay. Wat Maxley. Ajahn, is this mantra good for the sick people to chant this mantra? Panjama Jina Nato ปัตโตสัมโบธิมอุตตัมมะอะระหังพุทโธอิติปิโสภะคะวาNamamiham means having defeated the five forms of temptation. On Wednesday, the Buddha attained the ultimate self of great cunning. He is worth awakened and thus blessed. I pay homage. You can use any mantra because it doesn't matter what kind of mantra you use. Because by chanting, you want to pull your mind away from the body, from the sickness, so that your mind don't reacting to the sickness. Then the mind will then be calm and peaceful. So you can chant any mantra. It doesn't heal the sickness. It just makes the mind forget about the sickness and not react to the sickness. Then the mind doesn't experience mental pain. Fredo Villela, good morning. Kendra Tang, Ajahn, how can one avoid dozing off during meditation? You have to have strong mindfulness. If your mindfulness is weak, you will fall asleep. So before you meditate, you should develop more mindfulness first. You should recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto all day long, as much as possible. Then you become more alert. Then when you meditate, you will not fall asleep. If you fall asleep when you meditate, then you should get up and do walking meditation instead, so you can develop more mindfulness. Then after you have walked and you feel alert again, then you can come back and sit and meditate again. Kim Ed Chua, Ajahn, from my understanding, listening to the talks, we are not supposed or encouraged to do more than one thing to retain mindfulness. What if we listen to Dhamma talk while driving or doing something else? Would it be advisable? No. If you drive, you should just concentrate on your driving. Because if you listen to Dhamma talk while you drive, you can be distracted from your driving. It's like texting or talking on the phone while you drive. Then your mind will not be focusing on your driving all the time. So it's not advisable for you to listen to Dhamma talk while driving or doing something else. You should stop everything else before you listen to Dhamma talk. So don't do anything while you do Dhamma talk, while you listen to Dhamma talk. Then you will get the full benefit from listening to the Dhamma talk. If you do something and listen to Dhamma talk, you won't get the full benefit because your mind has to go back and forth between what you do and what you listen. So try to do one thing at a time. Kema Jenny, Longpo, I have typed a question a few days ago. Unfortunately, I was the very last person, and I guess my message didn't get to you in time. Ajahn, may I request for your advice? During my state of emptiness, only the knowing mind leading in the midst of bliss, nothing, the eternal space. My eyes screen before me, and that nature is what it is. The journey seems long and very dhammic. Should I continue on letting my mind sour inside sitting? That moment I had to come back as I needed to get back to office. So when your mind is peaceful and calm in the midst of bliss, you should not do any contemplation. You should not contemplate for insight. You should wait until the mind has come out from this peace and bliss. Like when you come out of your meditation, if you want to develop insight, you can do that after you come out from your meditation. Then you can contemplate on the three characteristics of existence, on anything. Everything, people or things, they are all Anicca Dukkha Anatta. Jibashara Longkun, Satu Satu. Alterins Leon Ajahn. Okay. Winston Go. When I'm in meditation, my thigh become painful. My thigh become painful, and I tolerate it until sometime in deep meditation. My body becomes so light, like I'm sitting on feather. If once you get to that point, just stay there. Keep concentrating on your meditation object. If you use mantra, just keep reciting mantra, don't stop. Just keep doing that until the mind becomes completely calm. And then you can stop reciting the mantra or stop watching your breath, and the mind will not do anything. If the mind still reacts, if the mind still do something, then you should keep using the mantra or watching your breath. Sala Chia. Ajahn, another question. I don't feel any improvement, although I practice meditation daily. Should I focus more on mindfulness or meditation? You should do both. You should do mindfulness most of the time when you're not meditating. You can do it from the time you get up in the morning. When you open up your eyes, you can start reciting the mantra. Or keep focusing on what your body is doing. If your body is standing, just watch your body. Walking, sitting, doing anything, just stay with the body. Or you can recite the mantra. This is developing mindfulness. And when you have time to sit, then you meditate. Then you can meditate. And you can become calm, peaceful, easily and quickly. Alterins Leon, good evening, Bante. Morris Choi, thanks so much, Ajahn Suchart. Sadhu. Any Lam, good evening, Ajahn. I have listened to this discourse of the Buddha, where I taught frog attain enlightenment by mere listening to the Buddha's voice, without language proficiency. I cannot answer your question. Can I know which level did the thought attain? I haven't read this sutta before, so I cannot answer this question, I'm sorry. YD King, Sadhu Ajahn, your teaching is so beneficial. Hope I can become a monk and become your student soon. I wish to follow Ajahn Mun and Nokta Mahabu's path and cut the reborn cycle. Congratulations. Very happy with your motivation and your aspiration. Mandy Smith, thank you always. Kendra Teng, Sadhu Ajahn. BT, Namaste Ajahn. Indri, Namaste. Long Po, good evening. May all Sangha be well, healthy, long life, strong, powerful, peaceful, and prosperous. Question. Please, Long Po, advise. The picture of Longta Mahabua Parinibbana have a phenomena we see, have a round white color near his body. What is that? If you don't know what it is, you just don't have to interpret it. Just see it for what it is. The Buddha said, just see. When you see something, just see. You don't have to find out what it is. If you don't know, just leave it alone. Because maybe it's not for you to know anyway what it is. All you have to know is just the image that you see. What you see, just merely see. Don't worry if you don't know what it is. It is picture. It is anicca dukkha anatta. This is how you should see everything. Chauncey, thank you, Pante, for your reply to my question. Thank you. Chi Chin Chuan, Ajahn, when I do breathing meditation, can I inhale, pause, and then exhale and repeat again? When you should not force your breath, you should just leave your breath alone, better. Because when you're forcing your breath, you're making the mind working, and then the mind cannot be calm that way. You want to stop the mind from working. So you have to let the mind just observe. That's all. If you force it, then the mind has to be working, then it cannot become calm. Just watch the breath. You don't have to do anything, just know what the breath is. That's all. Whether it is coming in or it is going out. That's all you have to know. Just keep focusing. If you find it difficult for you, maybe you should use a mantra first. Just recite a mantra for a while until your mind is calm enough to watch your breath. Then you can start watching your breath. Monica Chen, good evening, Luang Por. I have a sister who is slut. I don't know what you mean by slut. You mean by she's always sleepy, lazy? Maybe she eats too much. If you want to be a meditator, you should not eat too much. If it's possible, you should eat only before noon. After midday, you should stop eating. Then you won't have too much food to cause you to be sleepy. Wa Chong, thank you, Ajahn, for teaching us the Dhamma. Alfredo Vela Pante, we will teach Dhamma for our friends. They don't know the teachings of Buddha. Yes, but they have to be interested. You cannot teach someone who is not interested, because they will not listen to you. You should only teach to people who want to listen, who wants to listen to you. ลูกหนูเรือนทองสาธุสาธุอนันตทีสาธุ X3 Mandy Smith from Crystal Beach, Ontario, Canada. Okay, must be morning for you. Must be about 9:40 something, 9 o'clock. If you have questions, please do send them in. Tan BG, Satu, Satu. No BT, Ajahn, when I feel peace, like something one out of my body, what I will do, just be aware of it. Don't do anything. Don't react. Just watch, or come back to your meditation object instead. Come back to your mantra, or come back to your breath. Bernard Kaur, hi Ajahn. Good evening to you. After I am in deep meditation, suddenly I may lose the mental concentration due to mental defilement arises, like fear and worry. How can I overcome such mental defilements? You just keep on concentrating, or reciting mantra. Just ignore the fear that arises. They are anicca, dukkha, anatta. Don't have to do anything to them. Just acknowledge them for what they are. They come and go. They are anatta. You cannot control them. You cannot stop them. So just keep concentrating so that your mind doesn't react, and your mind will become calm again. Monica Chen, good evening, Luang Por. I have a sister who is slow-witted but cunning in unwholesome ways. For example, telling lies with no feeling of remorse. We have tried to help her, but she is uncooperative and causing many trouble outside. What type of mental state should I cultivate? As I am at a stage which I am unable to help her anymore, you should cultivate equanimity. Equanimity is to not to react to her being whatever she is being. Just leave her alone. In order to have equanimity, you have to meditate. You have to have mindfulness. And then your mindfulness will then bring your mind to samadhi. When you have samadhi, you will also have equanimity. Then when you come out of samadhi, you can use this equanimity to leave your sister alone. Just tell yourself that it's beyond your ability to do anything about it. Treat her like the weather. Treat her like the sun and the rain or the wind. You cannot do anything with the sun, the rain or the wind. So likewise with your sister. Because you have tried already and you couldn't do anything. So then you have to give up. Leave her alone. Jinate Sadhu Ajahn. Chin Chun Ajahn, with meditation, what do I do with the saliva in the mouth? Just leave it alone. If it's gonna come out of your mouth, just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. If you try to swallow your saliva, then you will not be meditating. You'll be distracted. You'll be distracted, and you won't succeed in your meditation. Just ignore it. Just concentrate on your mantra or concentrate on your breath. Then the problem with the saliva will not bother you. Handoko Yap Ainilim Satu. Agnes Wong Satu Satu. Okay. I think that is a pause now from your question. I find that most of the questions come from the fact that you don't know how to deal with things when they appear in your meditation. Whatever appears while you're trying to concentrate, just ignore everything. Just try to keep concentrating on your breath or on your mantra, because what you want is emptiness. What you want is calm and bliss or happiness and equanimity. So anything that appears, don't bother, because they will distract you from your meditation, and you will not be able to achieve the result. Sapruchai, Namaskar to Ajahn. Ivy Louis. When I have my many thoughts, I control and suppress my breath. My thought go away. Is it okay? If it can get your thought to go away, I think it's okay. But it's better not to suppress your breath, because you have to breathe. How can you suppress your breath? You might be able to suppress it just briefly. Then your thought might go away. When you start breathing again, then your thought will probably come back again. So it's better to use a mantra, or just keep watching your breath. You have to do it continuously for a while, not just 1 or 2 moments or 1 or 2 seconds. You have to keep doing until your thought stop thinking, or doesn't think as much as it used to be, or doesn't bother you anymore. Si Sawan Daho, hi Ajahn, Namaskar. May I ask you a question, even though I can already accept? I had a dream about my father passed away, and in about 3 days, it became true. The situation was the same as seen in my dream, very clear as if I saw from the top. Would like to know, what is it? Is it because of the mind or another spiritual being? If you don't know what it is, then just forget it. It doesn't matter. It's not important. What's important is to keep your mind calm and not worry or restless. Yeah. Sometimes your curiosity can make you become restless or doubtful. So the best way is just to ignore that. Just take them for what it is. Take them for what they are. They come and go. They rise and cease in your mind. We call them mental phenomena. So just don't pay attention to them. Don't worry about them. If you don't know what they are, then just forget about them. Always try to concentrate in the present. What happened is already past. Let it pass. Stay in the present, be mindful, and be calm and peaceful. Kema Jenny, Long Paul, I feel sad whenever I could reach the people I saw in my meditation about some unfortunate event would happen to them. And they happened, and I was shocked at the same time. Should I just let them be? Yes, this is something that you cannot do anything about. Then we all have our karma. Sooner or later something will happen to us, and no one can stop it. So just be aware of it, and then just let it go. Don't let it trouble your mind. Keep your mind from trouble by letting go of what you saw. Ajahn, the saliva keep accumulating in the mouth. Well, just don't worry about it. Let it, if it come out of your mouth, let it come out. As long as you keep concentrating on your breath or your mantra, I can guarantee you that the problem with saliva will disappear. Because when you forget about the saliva, then the saliva won't come out. So just ignore, just forget about the saliva. If it should come out of your mouth, just let it come out. But keep on focusing on your meditation object, either the mantra or your breath. Altering Leon, Pante, if we only practice listen to Dhamma, but seldom meditate, it will not improve. So we must keep doing both to improve. Yes, you have to listen to be able to know what's the right way to meditate. Once you know how to meditate, then you have to meditate. Because if you don't meditate, you will not move forward. You will not get any result. By listening to Dhamma alone is not enough. But you cannot meditate before you listen to Dhamma. Because if you don't listen to Dhamma, then you won't know how to meditate properly. Manny Smith, if you are concentrating on mantra or breath, then how can you focus on a focal point? You use the mantra or your breath as a focal point, see? Then eventually the mantra and the breath will disappear. Then you'll get to the real focal point. First you need an simulated focal point, which is the mantra or the breath, before you can get to the real focal point. When your mind becomes one-pointedness, when it becomes calm and empty and knowing. So you need something to focus your mind on before you can get to the focal point. Patrick Ng, Bante, what are suttas, if any, that I have to study to supplement my meditation practice? If you want to meditate, I think the only one sutta that you should study is the four foundation of mindfulness. In Pali, it's called the Satipatthana Sutta. This will tell you how to meditate, how to do the anapanasati, how to develop mindfulness by being mindful of your body. And then it also will teach you how to develop insight of vipassana by studying the nature of the body, the feeling, and the mind. Palang Lat Nok Satu กับชาวต่างชาติด้วยครับผม Okay. Sis Wanda Ho, noted Ajahn, thank you very much for the advice. I have to take a pause myself because I have to catch some breath, and because after talking continuously you feel a little bit tired. So if I'm just sitting and not talking to you, doesn't mean anything. I'm just resting or waiting for your question. Chi Chin Chuan, can I use Kam Rosary to do mantra chanting when I'm awake to be mindful? Yes, if you are not meditating, you can use the rosary. But if you meditate, then you should not use it because you don't want to make the mind work. You want the mind to stop working. So if you meditate, then you just keep reciting the mantra without moving your body. But if you are not meditating, you can use your body in conjunction with your mantra. This is for developing mindfulness, to prevent your mind from thinking aimlessly or daydreaming. Sapru Chai, Tanajan, when I focus on my breath, I look for the softness of my breath and enjoy the softness of my breath. This makes me more comfortable and peaceful. Is it right to focus on my breath? Yes, meditation is to focus on your breath and make your mind become peaceful and happy and comfortable. Thank you from Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. What, Maxley, Ajahn, what if a secondary object arises? Shall we ignore it or observe it till it passes away, then return to our primary object? No, you should stick to the primary object. Don't be distracted. You want to be focused on one point. You don't want to move your mind back and forth. So as soon as you are distracted, you have to bring your mind back to your primary object right away. Then the secondary object will eventually disappear by itself. Karina May Uwe. Good evening, Ajahn. Yes. We are 43 minutes into the meeting now. So I normally would try to stay for 1 hour. So we have another 17 minutes to ask and answer questions. Karina May Uwe. Lately I focused on the samatha and breath. Became smooth and light. Very happy. Thank you for the advice, Ajahn. Yes, in the beginning stage, concentrate on your meditation for calm. Don't worry about vipassana. That's further down the road. Before you go there, you have to have a calm, peaceful mind and happy mind and strong mind first. And you get this by doing meditation, samatha meditation or mindfulness meditation, to calm your mind, to stop your thoughts. Once you become proficient with your samatha, your meditation, you can enter calm anytime you like. Then when you come out of your meditation, then you should begin developing contemplation or vipassana. Study the nature of the body, the feelings, and the mind, and the state of mind, the changing states of mind. When I said, Ajahn, I don't understand when you said during meditation I should let my mind stop working. Should our mind be aware of the breath and mindful of surrounding? Yes, that's not working. Being aware is not working. But when you tell the body to do something, that's working for the mind. So you want to leave the body alone when you meditate. You don't want to move your body around or swallow your saliva, for instance, or count your rosary, because this is the mind has to tell the body to do this work. See, so the mind is working with the body. But if the mind just watching the breath, then it is not working. It's just merely observing. It's just being, just being aware. That's the nature of the mind. See? Shapriuchai, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Today is shaving day for monks in Thailand. And once in a month we have to shave our head on the day before the full moon. Tomorrow will be the full moon day. So on the day before the full moon, we have to shave our head. This we do every month, once a month. Christian Bernard, the Ajahn, the habit of thinking about the practice while doing it is very strong. Should one use other object of meditation than breath? For example, metta. You can try it if you can use metta and stop your thought, stop your mind from thinking. But I find that it's better to chant something, chant something or recite a mantra. I used to chant. I used to recite the whole sutta, the four foundations of mindfulness, in the English version, from start to finish. It took about 40 minutes or so. This prevents me from thinking. See? And after I finish reciting the sutta, I can then watch my breath, and the mind can become calm. Leong Yu Ming Suki Hotu Ajahn Suchart. May Ajahn be well, healthy, safe, contented, peaceful, and happy. Metta. Thank you. TK Sadhu Sadhu. Wood Maxley Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. May you be well and happy. Kim H. Chua. What would be the best advice to a beginner who wants to get serious into meditation, and how to go about and progress in it? Is it better to alternate between walking and sitting meditation too? Yes, when you first meditate, you cannot sit all the time. So after you sit and you find it to be uncomfortable for you to sit, then you can switch your position, your posture. From sitting, you can then continue on meditating by walking, by doing walking meditation. And you can do meditation even if you're doing something that you don't have to think. Like when you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, taking a bath. This is considered to be something that you can use to meditate with. You can just keep focusing on your body activity, the kind of activity that doesn't require any thinking. Walking, running, doing something that you don't have to think. Then you should focus on the action itself, or you can use a mantra to stop or prevent your mind from thinking about other things. PND Ang Anumodana Ajahn. Hokkien Teo Sadhu. Tamjai Sadhu. Winston Go. Can we use 32 parts of body to contemplate while walking, standing, and casual sitting down by reciting all its parts? Yes. You can recite forward, then backward. First you recite going forward, half the head, half the body, until you reach the 32nd part. Then you start to recite in reverse. This will force you to be more mindful, be more focused. Christian Bernard, thank you. Mandy Smith. If you close your eyes and feel trapped or scared, why? This is because you feel like you are being trapped and scared. If you close your eyes and feel trapped or scared, why? I guess this is your nature. I guess you're not used to be in the dark or be alone. So it's just a feeling. That's all. It's not true. Just forget. If you feel trapped and scared, just keep reciting the mantra, or keep chanting some chant. Eventually, the feeling of fear will disappear. This is your reaction to a certain state of situation, like when you close your eyes. But when you don't feel fear when you go to sleep, right? Chi Chin Chuan, when you chant 40 minutes Satipatthana Sutta in English, do you read from the book or do you memorize it? Then chant. Yes, I memorize it first. Then I chant. It's not good to look at the book because you have to use the body. So it's better to memorize it and then chant, because then you will be meditating at the same time. Jean YC Ajahn, what do you mean when you say Bhutto? What does Bhutto mean? Is it the same as Buddha? Yes, it's a noun form of. It's a Pali. I'm not sure it's grammar. It's grammar in Pali. Bhutto and Buddha is the same thing. Maybe it's a noun and a pronoun, something like that. So you use Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, so your mind can become busy. And then when your mind becomes busy with Bhutto, then you cannot go think about other things. Chi Chin Chuan, when do we do metta meditation? Well, you can do anytime you want. You can use it as your object of meditation, like using the breath. But the purpose of doing metta meditation is to develop loving kindness, so that when you get angry at someone, then you can use metta to stop your anger by forgiving someone who makes you angry. Sabbe satta avera hontu. It means you should hold no grudge. When somebody doing something bad to you, you should forgive them. That's what it means. So the real metta is when you use it when you deal with people, deal with situation that causing you to have anger or causing you to want to hurt someone. Then you have to use metta to stop it. Indri Longpo, if we intend to cut samsara, what part of paticca samuppada should we be cutting? Is it right, this knowledge? Well, you want to cut avijja, really. The first one on top is avijja. And then the second one is tanha, or craving. These are the two things that you have to cut. But first you cannot cut the avijja because it's so hard for you, because you need Dhamma, you need vipassana to cut avijja. So what you want to do is to cut craving first, tanha, by using mindfulness. When you crave for something, then you keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto until you forget what you crave for. See? But this is a temporary method. To make it permanent, you have to use vipassana. That's why you want to stop avijja. Avijja is ignorance or delusion. To think that by doing what your craving asks you to do will give you happiness. But in fact, by following or doing what your craving wants you to do, you are creating suffering in your mind. So First, you need to develop mindfulness to stop your cravings temporarily. Once you can do that, then you want to develop vipassana to see that everything you crave for are dukkha. They will make you suffer one day, sooner or later. So when you see dukkha in everything, then you have Dhamma. Then you can overcome your delusion or your ignorance, avijja. Then you can get rid of avijja. Avijja see everything in this world is good for you. But in truth, everything in this world is bad for you. Because everything is impermanent. Everything is not under your control. Meal on meditation. Today I could not go too deep for my meditation. I guess due to continuous noise from the environment throughout the day. So I try to keep mindfulness instead and plan to do meditation later. When the noise subsides, your word Rome is not built in one day. That's right, you just have to adjust your practice according to the situation. If you can meditate, meditate. If you cannot meditate, then just be mindful. Keep developing mindfulness instead. Alfredo Villela, Monday, recite in Portuguese or Pali is good before meditation to calm our mind. Yes, if you cannot focus on your breath, then reciting Pali or Portuguese, Dhamma, it has to be Dhamma, not other thing. Then it can calm your mind to a level where you can then meditate later on. Gekyen So, Thanajan, is there any basic simple exercise we should do before sitting meditation? Yes, developing mindfulness, reciting mantra or do some chanting mentally, not making any sound. Try to do it mentally, reciting the mantra or you can chant mentally. This will develop mindfulness. Then when you meditate, you'll find it easy to calm your mind. Visakha Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Chi Chin Chuan. Can I still join monkhood at age 65? You have to prove yourself efficient, capable, because usually people who is old, they will not be able to do what required of them. You have to live under austere conditions. You have to walk a long distance for your arms round, for instance, and you have to eat once a day. So these are the things that you have to prove to the monk who will ordain you first, whether you can become a monk or not. Normally, you are required to practice as an 8 preceptor and live like a monk, practice like a monk for 1 year first. And then they will decide whether you will be eligible for ordination or not. Patrick N.G. Bhante, today you mentioned many times about stop thinking when meditating. Why do we want to stop thinking? Is thinking the source of craving? Because if you don't stop thinking, your mind cannot become calm. You cannot have samadhi. You cannot have equanimity. You cannot have happiness. So you need to stop thinking. See? And thinking also will lead you to craving also. When you start to have craving, then you will feel uncomfortable. Then you will not be able to meditate anymore. So you need to stop thinking if you want to be successful in your meditation practice. Henry Longpo, Anumodana. Chi Chin Chuan Ajahn, when are you going to make amulet like Long Ta Mahabua? I don't think so. I don't think Long Ta made any amulets. His main primary objective is to teach the Dhamma. So don't be distracted by the amulet. They don't mean anything. They're just an object. They don't help you in your meditation practice. They don't help you to get rid of your suffering. Karina May Ui, Ajahn, lately I noticed that my mind becomes more focused on walking, seeing things or doing things, one thing at a time. Also, it automatically recites Bhutto or left right on my feet while I walk. I notice that the object that I see is just an object, unless I wanted to know the content. Is it correct? Yes. Just being merely aware of the object that you see. You don't have to know what it is. Of course, sometimes it's nice to know because whether it's dangerous to you or not, whether it is a snake or something or not. But if it's not something dangerous to you, then you can just forget about it. I am very happy to discover the strength of samatha. Thank you, Ajahn. Jean YC, Ajahn, my brother is Pra Kim, Pra Apataro. Thank you for your patience and time to answer my questions here. And thank you for teaching my brother. I miss him, but I am so happy he is in Wat Yan under your guidance for his spiritual journey. Yes, he works hard, and he seems to be pushing forward. So you don't have to worry about him. Maybe you should come and join him one day. Indri, Luang Por, how we increase our viriya? You have to set up the schedule of practice. Then you can increase your effort. If you let your feeling decide for you when to practice, then most of the time your feeling will not want you to practice. So you have to set up schedules and increase more and more time for your practice that way. You have to force yourself to practice, to do the practice. Then you will have effort come to you. But if you let your mind decide when to practice, then usually you won't have any effort because your mind tend not to want to practice. Okay, Monica Chen, she's typing something. Wachong, Ajahn, can we do Mahasati meditation, moving with awareness meditation taught by Luang Por Tien? It is samadhi or vipassana. I think it's just mindfulness. When you move, watch your hand movement. It's like watching your body, watching your body activity. I think watching your hand is not practical. You should watch your body when you're doing something, because in your life, you have to work, you have to do something with your body, like walking, sitting, standing, eating, washing your face, taking a bath, or whatever movement you use with your body. You can use this. You can keep watching it. This is the development of mindfulness, not samadhi or vipassana. You need to have mindfulness first before you can have samadhi, and then after you have samadhi, then you can go and develop vipassana. Okay, looks like we have 1 hour and 4 minutes already into the meeting, and I think there is a pause in the question. So maybe this is a good time for me to stop for now. Okay, thank you very much for your question and your attention, your participation. Okay, 2 more questions from Monica Chen. Luang Por, after coming out from samadhi, when seeing processes of the body and trains of feelings, how do I train the knowing element to see anicca? Anicca it means things keep changing, like your feeling keep changing. Sometimes you have good feelings and sometimes you have bad feelings. Sometimes you have neutral feelings. and you should treat them like the weather. See, anatta means there is no self in feeling. Feeling is just like the weather. There is no self in the weather, so there is no self in the feeling. Feeling is like the weather, the rain, the sun. You cannot control them. You cannot tell them when to feel good or when to feel bad. They come and you just have to learn to take them for what they are. Then you will not have any suffering or dukkha. Meaning you have to leave them alone. Just accept them for what they are. Don't try to change them. Visakhali, Ajahn, can we do open awareness meditation? That's to open the eyes during meditation. If you open your eyes, you will not be able to bring the mind inside, because the mind will be stuck outside with the things that you see. So you want to meditate to accomplish, to achieve calm, you have to close your eyes to bring your mind inside. Helen Chan, Thielen Long Sadhu Bante. We are on meditation. Thank you, Ajahn. Sadhu. Achana. Thank you. Enrique Lopa Anumodana. Wachong. Thank you very much, Ajahn. Emilu Sadhu. Jean YC. Thank you, Ajahn. Me and my family hope to come next year or the following year to visit my brother and Ajahn Suchart when the traveling restrictions are better, as we will be coming with my small kids too. I'll tell your brother when I see him that you send your thoughts. I think you probably connect with him, right? Normally, regularly. Don't worry about him. I think he's quite happy. Every time I see him, I ask how he is, and he says, "I'm okay." And anytime he has any question, he will come and ask me. Sapruchai Sadhu, Vincent Go Sadhu, Alfredo thanks, Jean YC Sadhu, Patrick Sadhu. Okay, I think everybody is saying Sadhu, Sadhu, thank you. So it's now the time for me to terminate this meeting. Okay, so may all of you keep on practicing, and may all of you eventually become enlightened one day. Thank you and goodbye for now.